Gender stereotype.
This topic is very, very sensitive.
That perception people have about a particular gender, that role they expect you to play because you are a girl, because you are a boy, the way they expect you to act because you are a man, because you are a woman, that is what we refer to as gender stereotype.
Something happened. I was expected to cry.
Hey,
You get what I just got was, you are a guy, like you don't have to cry. Why are you crying? In fact, that added to the cry. Like I cried ×2.
For each parent, it's just a choice. I wish for this baby to have this particular color. It's fine if she wants it, if the baby wants it. We're campaigning for a particular post in the class, post of the head of the class. So they were like, no, it has to be a male that will do that. And I was like, why is that? Okay. So we won at the end of the day.
If, for example, you are a female mechanic and everyone in the workshop, they are males, you might be attacked.
I must commend the both genders that are going through this, but I'm not giving up on them. You feel like you're just being yourself, and out of nowhere, somebody will just come and tell you, why are you acting this way? They don't know how to deal with it. How do you think they can deal with it?
They will need to go to someone who's actually in supportive of what they do.
If you see somebody who has gone through it and has overcome, it will make it easier for you.
If you have this kind of people around you, you would be receptive.
I'm not really against you copying the lifestyle as a male. If you're like a she and you want to copy the lifestyle as a male, I wouldn't want you to do that to extreme.
Now, are you in a relationship? You are in a relationship.
Answer with your full chest.
What are those gender stereotypes you feel people should stop believing?
If the man wants to become a she, let's become a she. We are not helping the male child in the future. You are going to know the reasons why you're actually doing more of mother.
Yes.
Know the reason why you're actually doing more of father.
If your guy is broke and he needs money,
he cannot even be broke.
Boys don't cry.
Cry if you want to cry. Let us know your emotion. Why can't you cry? Cry now. Even Jesus wept.
You have to teach.
You're right. Imagine a guy that can't cook rice.
Right. I don't understand.
Rice.
It shouldn't be that mentality like that.
I got to post it that I can't cook this.
I
think I need a woman in my life. Who told you need a woman
in your life?
You need to learn how to cook rice. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to today's episode on Lyte Africa podcast, where we'll be talking about thought-provoking discussions, and you would also share your opinion about this issue. I am your host for today, Doinke Posh, and on today's show, I have my co-host with me, my fine bobo, Black Diamond, the extraordinary Emmanuel.
My people, we're back here.
Okay. All right. So wherever you're tuning in from, we're glad to have you here. Today we'll be talking about issue that, it affects us. We get to experience this thing in one way or the other. And on today's show, we have our guest here, Miss Janet. Hello, Miss Janet.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon. Welcome. We're glad to have you here.
Glad to welcome you. I'm glad to see everyone
All
here.
right, you look beautiful.
Thank you. And you too. You're not looking bad as well.
This economy is not showing on you at all. Yes, for real.
It's just the grace of God.
All right, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll be talking about gender stereotype on today's show. Gender stereotype. When we talk about gender stereotype, what do we mean? Is this English not too big? No, it's not too big. It's something we must have experienced, but we don't know how to place it. A situation whereby as a girl, you love dressing as a boy. You're more comfortable in trousers. You like dark colors, and that is what you want to be used to. But you hear people saying, as a girl, why are you dressing this way? Why are you like this? That perception people have about a particular gender, that role they expect you to play because you are a girl, because you are a boy, the way they expect you to act because you are a man, because you're a woman. That is what we refer to as gender stereotype. we've in our today's society, we often experience this a lot. Even a normal person, like, you feel like you are not doing too much, you feel like you're just being yourself, and out of nowhere somebody will just come and tell you, why are you acting this way? As a girl, you're not supposed to be like this. So Emmanuel, what do you think?
Yeah, sure. It has happened a lot, not just to girls, because when people hear gender stereotype, we just feel like, oh, we are talking about girls being
no, you know,
sidelined
we are
and the
often
likes.
viewed as I wouldn't want to say the weaker
Yes, the weaker gender.
Yes. So that's why the female gender is always coming to mind whenever we talk about things like this. Yes, and it happens to the men as well. Yes. In fact, when it comes to this topic, I would say the men are most victims, like they are often victimized when it comes to this issue. Miss Janet, isn't it?
Yes, sure.
They are often victimized, because I've come across a lot of male that are always saying, I don't know, I can't be myself, I can't do this, I can't do that, because people will think I'm not normal. Yes, I have to act this way because I am a guy. I would talk about a classmate of mine. Yes, when I was in school. This guy is a kind of feminine, let me put it that way. You get, it doesn't act that all hard, you know, the way guys would go and always be. It doesn't act that way. So softy. Yes, softy, the way he talks, like, even as a girl, I admire the way he talks, because it's always soft spoken. And there was a day somebody had to talk about him in class, and the person stood up and was like, that guy that acts like a girl.
Wow.
And we were like, that guy, that couldn't you have just described him in another way? So, you know, they've stereotyped him to be a man that acts like a girl. Yes, and this is something that most people face in today's society. I don't know if you get what I mean. I don't know if you've experienced it, Emmanuel.
Yeah, I have experienced it. I don't know.
It might not be to you, actually. It might just be somebody around.
It's even personal, because something happened, and I was expected to cry. What I just got was, you're a guy, like, you don't have to cry. Why are you crying?
Exactly, you get.
In fact, that added to the cry. Like, I cried times 2.
This particular one you talked about now is I think is very rampant on social media. You see guys post videos where they cry, or probably they are moody and sad, and you hear people saying, as a guy, why are you crying? Why are you showing your emotions? I'm supposed to bottle up my emotions because I'm a guy. Let's be for real. So there are ways through which this stereotype come into our lives. There are ways we develop this stereotype. For I would say it starts from the scratch. You know, when you have a child, let's begin with the parents now. Let's begin with our parents. You know, you give birth to a child, probably a boy child, and you want them to have their personal stuff, and you're already decorating everywhere with blue. Who told you that baby wants blue color? Yes, now. So because I am a boy, you're already assuming that my favorite color is going to be blue. I don't know. And you have a girl, you're always wearing pink for her. Who says the girl color must always be pink? Miss Janet, can you attest to that?
Okay, for the gender,
yes,
I would say for each parent is just a choice.
Okay.
For if the mother has a child and said, okay, I wish for this baby to have this particular color, I would say, well, it's fine if she wants it, if the baby wants it. So I guess it could be the mother that will actually decide, okay, I want this particular color for my child. So that won't actually differ anything.
Okay, let me even start with this. Have you ever experienced gender stereotype?
Yes, I have.
Okay, how?
Okay, this happened while I was in school in Ndo2. So we were campaigning for a particular post in the class.
Okay.
So I actually joined the competition, but unfortunately they said it's going to be only male that would,
I don't only male for the post.
For the post.
Yeah,
You
what
were
post?
contesting
For
Sorry, what post?
post
Like,
of the head of the class, like
Class.
the HOD and all of
Yeah.
something like that. So they were like, no, it has to be a male that would do that. And I was like, why is that? So we went to report the case to our HOD back then, and he said that is just
That's the set rule.
that's the set rule, that's the protocols. That I was like, why? So we're not like, we girls in the class gather up, and they were like trying to like fight for me, fight it back in general. Like, no, why? What a female? I mean, what a male can do, a female can do better.
Yes.
So why the discrimination of male, stuff like that? So at the end of the day, we just need to like conquer, and we went back to our HOD, and after that, when we talked things out, and came to the class and rectified everything.
Okay.
So we won at the end of the day.
You
That's
were able
just
to
it.
contest.
Yes.
And you won.
Yes.
Wow, that's great news.
Yeah.
All right.
I love that.
Yes. So when things like this actually happen, we should be able to fight it. We should be able to speak up for ourselves, because there are ways where we develop these things. It might be from home. It might not be from home. It might be from outside. It might be from the people you move with.
Yeah.
You get. I won't say I've experienced it, but I've met with people that have experienced it, and some of them are really affected by it, and they are mostly male. That
okay.
is, yes,
No,
that is,
it's actually surprising, because
They are
I do hear more of girls,
they are
girls
mostly,
or female
those
story.
that I've come in contact with are mostly male, because it's always kind of weird when you see a guy that acts like a girl.
Yeah.
No, it's always
Somehow.
weird. People will look at you like, "Ah, what's this? Can't you just man up and be tough?" But no, that is who they want to be. Let the society leave them to be what or whoever they want to
But,
be.
but sorry, you're doing. People are going to come for you, because it seems like you are supporting these people who call them woman rapper.
No, I'm not.
Yes, now it's like you are supporting the woman rappers.
Oh God.
Like when I was still very young, if you are a guy that acts like a girl, in fact, the way we are going to be dealing with you with words, with actions and the likes.
I think that is where curbing it comes to play.
Yeah.
That is where curbing it comes to play, but we're not going to talk about that. When you see people like that, I didn't create myself. You get? Yes, I didn't create myself. Of course, I was created to be a man, and I should act like a man. But you see, I'm already acting soft. I'm already, being gentle. Why can't you just let me be gentle?
But what I'm trying to say is there a way to act like a man or a way to act like a girl? Because some people just say nature says.
Okay, and men are seen to be always assertive, aggressive, yes, they are always seen to be hard. They are always viewed as the head of a particular probably family or wherever they find themselves. So when you see somebody that is not living up to that characteristic, people would think, no, it's not up to the task, it's not man enough, you get. But that is not the case. You don't have to act all strong.
Sure.
Yes, before you would be yourself. As a man, you don't have to be. I have to always shout. I have to always make sure that my rules are always, enforced wherever I find myself. No, that is not what makes you a man. Yes, that's not what makes you a man. Yes, and even for the females, we have a lot of them facing this gender stereotype. We have them everywhere. A lady that likes male dress. She loves wearing trousers and people.
The tomboy.
Yeah.
I have a friend like that. There's nothing you would even say, and I must commend her for that. There's nothing you would say that would make her change her mind, because she's already comfortable in that style already. So you would not change her mind because of what you think. It's none of her business. You would adjust. She's being herself, so you would definitely adjust to what she's doing. I think we need to talk about how we develop this stereotypes.
So in just a contribution on that gender stereotype, in the case of the celebrity Bob Risky, is a male.
Yes.
And right from time, he has been a male, and he has this accent, talking like a girl.
Yes.
But when later on in life, when he has his money and all of that, he changed his body and all of that. To me, I would say people usually call him E, but now he has generalized and say that he's now a she. He's a she. Imagine. So there's one statement that he said on the show.
Okay.
He said that people like the co-host there asked him, why do you prefer to be this female? He said because the female gender favors him. That even those who are female, what are they even doing? Like it doesn't really favor them. So when they say that, okay, this is an opportunity for me to come into limelight, so why can't you do it? And he embraced it.
Okay.
Can you just imagine? I was like, even we as a female, we are just like, what the fuck is it? Like,
what am I doing?
What am I doing? Like, I don't get it.
I think that is what he wants. You know, it's at least it came out to say that is what he wants instead of pretending. Yeah, so I don't think it's a big deal actually. Emmanuel, don't tell me people will come for me. They should not come for me.
To come for both of you. Like, do you know why I'm saying this? This topic is very, very sensitive.
Yes.
In sense that though you want to express yourself, you want to be expressive, like, oh, not because I am a boy or a girl or a man or a woman, you get. But we are still trying to say you shouldn't change your gender.
Okay,
yes.
Emmanuel. Okay, Emmanuel, we are going to come back to that changing of gender.
Okay.
You know that there are some people that they did not change their gender. Maybe it's just the way there's this actor Afolayan, Kule Afolayan, or yes, Kule Afolayan. He has a son called Tiekola.
Yes.
Do you know him?
Yeah.
You know how that guy acts. Personally, I don't see anything wrong with the way that guy acts.
Well, it's actually funny. Let's say the truth. In African setting, it is funny when we see a guy acting like a lady. It is funny when we see a lady acting like a girl. Like in my 200 level, I went to write exam, and we just saw this guy dressed like a lady, like he was putting on this skinny trousers, tight jean, putting on this is it high heels.
Okay.
Oh, you're a guy, like you get. So the conversation just started like, but this meeting they do this guy, now you get all this kind of stuff. So what I'm not against you trying to be yourself, but I am against you trying to change your gender. That's me for you.
Yes, that's the only, just like what Mr. Emmanuel said now.
Okay, so
I feel that when you go too extra, you're even like, let's come to Barbican. No?
okay.
You're like you're doing things that is even against God, but you changing yourself.
Okay.
It's a different thing if you made a choice that you want to be this other gender, then you going the extra. Doing the prayers, doing the, because the E, you're still the E, you're still the she. There's nothing you can change.
That's even my point.
Yes.
That's my point.
But actually, I still don't think it changes whoever you are.
So what we are saying is, okay, you are free to become whatever you want to.
You are free to, as long as it's not disturbing whoever you're around.
Okay.
You get, as long as you're not making those around you uncomfortable. I think you are free to be whatever you want to be.
Okay.
You get, and I'm going to talk about parents. You know, when it comes to choosing career paths for their children, that is another way gender stereotype comes in. You know, a lady says, when I grow up I want to be a pilot, and they'll be like, pilot. Ha. Do you think is a lady's job? Do you think as a lady you'll be fit to do that kind? Or a lady that says, when I grow up I want to be an engineer, you know, they'll be like, no, you can't. Why not be a lawyer? Why not be a teacher? You get. And when you go to schools and you find ladies, probably a lady in departments like engineering, you know, computer science, you would always applaud them. You think they are, you know,
they are
super special, and they are male in that department as well. Why don't you think they have the same, you know, ability to be in that same department? Why are we always giving special treatment to gender when we find the gender in a field that's that is kind of too hard for him or her.
Yeah.
I don't know why the preference is...
I think I am getting your point. Like what she's trying to say is, let's say for example you are a guy and you said you want to you want to study maybe food and nutrition.
Exactly.
You want to become a chef, something like that. People might start laughing.
A hairdresser.
Yeah.
You get a hair.
Just like what we are saying, do whatever you want to do that pleases yourself. But sometimes parents can actually tell you, no, don't do that, don't do this. But me, I would say, I need to be convinced enough for me to do that what you want me to do. Because while I was growing up, my mom said, okay, no, you're not going to study mass communication in school. You're going to study law.
Okay.
But mass communication as a course is even is seen as a female course. So
No,
why were they against it?
I don't know. I was like, no, like I want to, like they want me to study that or that one. I was like, no, ma, like you need to give me conviction on that thing. If you can't give me conviction, then
there's still no point why you're asking me to do
Yes.
do it. I
I
think
don't understand.
I think parents in the African settings are already changing in that motive though. I think they are changing.
They are these days.
They are changing, especially these present day parents. They are already changing. Some years back, like you said, your parents will choose for you and you have to follow suit. But based on our topic, I think parents are also sensitive because they might have heard or experienced the challenge that you are going to face and they don't want to face it.
Yes,
You get? Because if, for example, you are a female mechanic, for example, and everyone in the workshop, they are males, you might be attacked. They are also sensing something. So if you are not calculative or understanding, you might miss out on what they are trying to point out. You get?
I think that's one of the reasons why we're having the discussion. To enlighten them, to let them know that okay, this is the way to do things. When I was in school, a lecturer of mine told me there's this particular car wash he normally takes his car to wash. So before that day, it's always a guy that attends to him, that washes his car. So I guess the guy was not around that day. So a female, like one of the workers, but she's a female, she came to meet him that, okay, so I'm going to wash your car today. At first he was skeptical. He didn't want her to wash it.
Why?
Car wash now, you have to go under the car, wash, scrub and all of that. So he was thinking she won't be able to do it. So he just allowed her to do it because it was already there, according to him. So he couldn't leave. So before he finished, he was looking at her because the way the girl was, doing everything, washing the car and all of that. After he finished, he said when he left that day, he tipped her. And since then, if she's not around, he would not wash his car. Yes. So I think this is a kind of motivation for our parents, so our viewers. You let people be whatever they want to be. You don't stop them, because when you stop them, there are effects. You get, it tells on them. And talking about the effects, we have numerous effects that this thing causes to does to a person rather. And some of it might include self guilt, confusion and low self-esteem. Yes, it brings about low self-esteem a lot. And when you have a child that can't speak up for herself because of what he or she is going through, I don't think it's a good thing at all. It's not a good thing. Bad. Yes. And I must commend the both genders that are going through this, but I'm not giving up on them.
There are some people that are very, very strong on this.
I must commend them.
They
are doing that guy I told you in my class. Oh God.
Like he doesn't send anybody.
Doesn't.
Wow.
It does. You say whatever you want to say.
Now you go tire.
You say whatever you want to say and it doesn't send. When it comes to school, it comes with tote bag. A guy that carries tote bag, when others are carrying sling bag and backpack, it comes to school with tote bag and it doesn't care about what you say. So we have to think about this effect. And please, Miss Janet, can you think of some of the effects that this gender stereotype might cause to a person?
The effects can be just like what we've said before. The male trying to be the female. Now people might actually tell him that why are you behaving like a girl,
yeah.
and all of that, that you're still the she, you're still the she, I mean you're still the he. There's nothing you can actually do to change anything. So I feel the person should just be yourself, and just know who you are, and don't listen to what people are saying. Don't let it get to your nerves, and be that.
Okay. Okay. I don't know. Once you are attacked because of this thing. When people are always talking about you, is there a way we can deal with this thing? As a person, you're already going through gender stereotype.
Okay.
Is there a way you can deal with it? Because there are a lot of people out there now, they are going through these things, but they don't know how to overcome. They don't know how to deal with it. Probably because they don't have anybody to talk to, or they don't know what to do. So how do you think they can deal with it?
Then they will need to go to the person who is actually in their field, not even their field, someone is actually in supportive of what they do.
Yeah.
Okay.
To encourage them.
Yeah.
Because if you go to someone who is not really into that thing at all, they might actually give words of, discouragement words to such person.
Yeah.
So I feel if the person needs help in that area, should go to the person who is also in support of that he or she is doing.
Let me add, sorry to cut you. You can also go to people who are already experiencing this or have experienced it. They can talk you through the process, this were my challenges, the problems I encountered, and these were the ways I was able to sort them out. Though two experiences can never be the same. But you hearing from them, you listening to those things that they have gone through will help you understand what you are going to face. Because sometimes you're just starting. You don't even know, you have not even gone deep into that particular thing. You get. But if you see somebody who has gone through it and has overcome in one way or the other, then it will make it easier for you.
Okay, Miss Janet, I want to be clear. So are you saying if you have this kind of people around you, you would be receptive? I just want to know. Sorry for being sorry for being curious. I just want to know.
Yeah.
Okay, if I have a male who acts like a she,
or a female that acts like a male, always being aggressive, hard, and
the
like
truth,
that.
the truth.
No,
why?
I wouldn't, because I'm not really against you copying the lifestyle as a male. If you're like a she and you want to copy the lifestyle as a male, and you're coming to me to seek an advice, I would just, the only thing I would do is being you the aggressive part, and I know you're a male, I wouldn't want you to do that to extreme.
Okay.
No.
Okay. But is there, you should be, there's a way you can help,
Are you
saying you can't even help them at all?
Yes, I can actually help them. I can
want to break it. Let me help you break it. See,
I can actually help.
I am a guy now.
Okay.
I'm a guy, but I want to be like you. I want to be acting like you. I want soft life, girl life. And I come to you. Can you advise me? Can you be my bestie? You get. So what will you be comfortable to?
Not to an extent.
Okay.
It's not a serious to an extent, because what if my boyfriend is there and if we want to think.
Okay, well, as for me, actually, to be truthful, we are humans, right? Don't judge me, please. When somebody like that comes to me, trust me, I would have laughed inside me first. I'm being truthful. For real.
Okay.
Do you know that we it's not only among young people that we experience this gender stereotype. It also happens in between married men and women. When a man goes out and says, it was before I left the house this morning, it was my wife that gave me money to come to work. It was my wife that did this. He's always talking about it's my wife that did that. Not like he is not responsible. You get, probably he's going through some things, and the wife opted to help. You get, when he goes outside and he talks about it, people will be like, your wife is doing this. Why are you a man? Why are you the head of the house? Is it supposed to be seen this way? Is it supposed to be like this? Because it is another form of gender stereotype. Because people assume that as a man you should be fully responsible. You should always.
That's why you are the head of the family.
Exactly. The Bible made you the head. Even the Bible talk him. So why?
Okay. That question you said.
Yes.
Sorry, if the wife wants to help the husband, first thing is understanding between the both parties.
Okay.
Now, for the husband to ask that particular thing from the wife, could be maybe there is some financial issue with the husband, so in that area the woman can actually stand for the man.
Yes.
So that's why we say we need to go back to the understanding of the both parties. Maybe the wife truly knows that the husband doesn't really have at that moment. So yes, of course, I can.
You can
give up. I don't have issue with that.
And when you hear about it, probably you hear somebody talk about it, you will not.
I won't say any negative things. I will need to even support and say the how do I put it, the good side of it.
Oh, you must be a very sweet person.
Wife material.
But sometimes these days, these are guys, husbands.
Which of the guys?
Let us even dive into that, because they can actually be pretending as if they are keeping things and all of that, because most of them lie at the end of the day, and that is very, very painful and hurting.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
But
sorry.
there is not. It's
sorry.
not bad.
Now, are you in a relationship? You are in a relationship.
Answer with your full chest.
If your guy is broke and he needs money,
He cannot even be broke.
No.
Okay, let's just assume.
Let's be realistic.
Let's assume. Okay.
Let's be realistic.
Not even Nigeria. Anybody can become broke.
Yes. At some point, not forever.
Not forever.
You're right.
Yes.
Let's even say, let's give it a timeline. Let's say 6 months to a year. The guy is broke. Can you help him out? Sort out bills.
Of course, because I've actually seen the past life we've had. Before he became broke. So at that point in time, that's when I'm going to come in and help him.
Okay.
So get things back in shape. So of course, yes, I would support him.
Okay, Doyin, I want to ask you this, Doyin. Will you be in support of house husband?
Be in support of house.
We have housewife.
Even housewife. I am not in support of housewife.
No,
okay,
I'm
you're not being in support of
housewife.
You'll be working from home, taking care of the kids.
Working from home.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I think.
We are in a modern world now where people do what do they even call it?
Remote jobs.
Yes, remote
jobs.
Yes,
all of that.
I understand. I think that is better. If that is your definition of
house of
yes, we have something doing, but it's always at home. It's one that will go to pick up the kids.
Now it's even okay. It's okay.
As long as money is coming.
That's the key now. That's the thing there.
In relationship, I came across a meme online.
Okay.
So the girl posted, I told somebody I just came out of a toxic relationship, and they were telling me, hey, sorry, hope you were not. What if I wasn't the victim? You get what I'm saying? So that's to tell us that not only females, can be victim of these things. When you hear about domestic violence in relationships or marriage, you assume, the female are the victims. They are always being punished and all of that. But we should always think that men can also be victims of these things.
Yes.
You get, men can they go through things. It's just that they don't know how to express themselves because of what the society has done. So as a man, you should not talk too much. You shouldn't always keep things to yourself. I have male friends actually, and whenever they are going through stuff, they'll be like, they can't even tell their girlfriend. You get, Emmanuel, isn't it? You are a man.
Yeah, sure. We'll hold on to something because of what the society expects, but I'm not that type.
Are you sure?
I talk more.
Oh,
No, I talk more.
Emmanuel is a gentleman.
No. I talk more, sincerely. Like, in all my relationships,
Okay.
I do more of the talking. I don't know, because I'm this expressive type. I feel like it should be so for everyone.
And nobody has ever told you as a guy it's not supposed to be like that. You
Though
get.
I've had girlfriends that will tell me you talk too much, like everything you just want to say,
Say.
and you are a guy, just
You're
keep
a
some
guy,
things
so
to
because
yourself.
you're a guy, you shouldn't talk.
No, I feel like, no, it is individual.
Okay.
Like, because I'm a guy does not mean I should not be expressive.
Yes.
So this is what we are even trying to pinpoint now. So if you are a girl and you feel that you are not expressive, that's not wrong. But in fact, one point we should not miss out is we all have ways of expressing ourselves.
Yeah.
Some might not even be through talking. Some people don't know how to talk too much. They don't know how to talk too much. They might do it in writing. I have somebody that writes in diary. Like, she writes so well. Like, everything happening to her, she writes.
I'll use myself as an example. I thank God for this field that I find myself.
Yeah.
I think that is why I talk more. Left to me, I don't talk. I don't talk. In fact, I met somebody recently and the person was like, why are you not expressive? Why don't you talk?
Yeah.
You know, you get, and they're always like, all the girls I've come across, they're always talking, they're always, I don't know how to talk. Probably I'll try to work on that, you get.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I feel in a relationship, while the guy cannot be expressive enough to say what is actually wrong with him, or maybe he's passing through something,
Yeah.
and he feels that he can't really expose that thing to his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Why? Like,
Because
you-
he's a guy, the society just expect that you man up, like they do say, you man
Really?
up. Yes.
of course, me, I feel that we should. That's why we are dating, and that's why we shouldn't hide anything. We should
But
share
boys,
it.
man, boys don't cry. Yes, boys don't
Not
cry.
any
I don't
girl.
agree to
We are, in
that.
fact, we should even flip that script. We should change everything. Cry if you want to cry.
Yeah.
Let us know your emotion. You see, that is one of the things that is always tiring when it comes to, you know, male and female relationship and all of. I find that thing very, very, very tiring.
Yeah.
Because even as a friend, why are you with me if you can't share something?
I think that's just the
because
thing.
you're a
Not
man.
to talk more. Wow.
Emmanuel, who created that rule? Who brought that rule?
This society.
No.
Even God didn't create that rule.
The society, and I think we humans, we make up that society.
Yeah,
right?
sure.
So as a human, you can also change that narrative.
Yeah.
Change that.
You should change it.
Yes.
You don't tell me, man, why can't you cry? Cry now. Even Jesus wept.
If we are going to deal with gender stereotype, then I think it has to be an individual thing. Like, you get, it starts from me, it starts from you.
Yes.
Like the way you view other people. But
exactly.
I saw something, was it on Thursday? Yes, I saw something online, and it made sense to me. It said, if you don't know yourself, if you don't understand yourself, then you cannot understand other people.
That's just it.
You get.
Simple.
So we sometimes, or not even sometimes, we most times want to view other people the same way we view ourselves. Maybe because you are not expressive, you expect that others should not be expressive, and when they are expressive, they talk too much. You get it now. Not even minding the gender now. Or maybe, because I prefer this as my favorite, and you choose that. Okay, I was speaking with somebody and I said my favorite color is black, and she was like, black? Why will you choose black? Why would black be like, you are dark in complexion
already.
Black is your favorite color.
So they already think as a black person you shouldn't be wearing.
Yes. So it's even far beyond just our gender. Like, people stereotype on so many different issues that I don't even expect them to.
Exactly.
So that's why I said the first thing is you understanding yourself. And like you mentioned earlier, once you understand yourself, just be that person you want to be. Not minding what other people are actually saying.
Yes, you're right. As a guy, you feel like you're more comfortable around females. Be with them. Nobody's stopping you from being with female friends.
Yes. Will you be comfortable having a male bestie?
Yes.
Very, very comfortable.
Comfortable.
Have you experienced that? Like,
yes, I have.
You have now a male bestie.
not really a bestie like that, but at least close to a bestie.
Okay, so if you're opportunity to have a male bestie, you would gladly.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you don't mind what people would
But
say?
that one would be if I am not even married, because sometimes when you're married already and you're having a male bestie, the husband would want to be like,
Yeah, to me, I feel if you're married, your husband should be your bestie.
Yes.
Okay,
Because the limitation has to be low. Like,
okay, I don't know, but I don't think that's the case for me. Look at the trending wedding, the Priscilla's wedding.
The Priscilla's
She has a male bestie. In fact, it was like the chief bridesmaids yesterday. I'll be on Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday.
So I don't think it's an issue actually.
Okay, Janet, to you personally, what are those gender stereotypes you feel people should stop believing? Like, just share your personal feelings.
On the male gender, I feel a man should do whatever he pleases.
Okay.
You shouldn't think of whatever one is going to say, like maybe one person is going to say or anything. Just do whatever you just
Like,
please.
can you be specific?
In terms of, if the man wants to become a she, let's become a she.
I like the fact that she's direct.
For me, I'm not liking it. Like, you're trying to say if I want to be you, like I want to change to become you, I can.
You can. It's a free word.
We found our voice, we can talk. And it's not even only the women. When a guy finds himself in a situation that it is not pleasant, I'm sure he will definitely speak out. Gone are the days when, as a guy, you have to take whatever they throw at you, whatever they say. Yes, but now you can speak up, you can let people know who you are and who you want to be without feeling bad or remorseful. That way, yes. So I think our society is getting better.
There is something that we also need to talk on. Our educational system, especially when it comes to social studies, because based on this topic now, in social studies, there is this topic about family, where you learn the rules of father and mother. And you see something like fathers pay school fees, mothers take care of the house. So the mindset of the boy child is, my own is just to work, provide for the family, that's all. The mindset of the girl is, I'm going to give birth to kids, nurture them, take care of the home. I think that should be worked on. Yes, that particular thing should be worked on.
Because the man would go out to work and his role is just to provide. But when we actually have women that are working, housewives that are working,
and also doing the
from work, they come home to cook.
Yes, that's my point.
They come home to take it. So why can't
they even work more than their husband?
So why can't you, as a man, you're telling me, because that's what we've normalized. As a man, you only go out and you provide. Well, we just have to scrap that one. That is not even making sense.
And even as even as a male child, you're not actually teaching the male child to be more productive on his own, even while the mother is not even around. Because the father will be like, your mom is around, she's in the kitchen, so you are just there as a male. I mean, the male of the kids there. So if you're not really like encouraging your male child to do some things, domestic work at home, so you're not like helping the male child in the future, because there will be a day that he's going to move out of the house. So if he's not going to know how to cook, not going to know how to do some things, be like, so you will feel so very lazy. So I feel that two things, it has to work together. Like you have to teach.
You're right. Imagine a guy that can't cook rice.
Like I don't understand.
Rice.
It shouldn't be that mentality like that.
I got to post it that I can't cook this. I think I need a woman in my life. Who told you need a woman in your life? You need to learn how to cook rice.
So I feel from the family side and the school side, if we can change that mentality, though some people are changing it, but if you still check our communities, like if you go to rural areas, you still see that these things are still happening. Where the boys don't do anything at all
in the house.
It's
like
just the girls.
I feel it's like that because it's not something just one person can work on. It has to be a collective effort. If the school is doing their own, the parents should also to their best. The community should come together, scrap any absurd mentality and all of that. And I think with that we'll be able, to get a better result from all of this, from what is happening now. So gender stereotype. Girls should be free to wear trousers whenever they feel like. Guys should be able to talk softly. You don't have to use the hard voice and all of that.
We have a lot of days for Mother's Day celebration. I don't know how many we have in a year.
We've done. I think we've done like two. If I'm not mistaken.
Twice
this year. Yes. We've not celebrated Father this year. Like, what is happening? So what do you think in regards to this now? Is this not gender stereotyping the fathers?
To some extent, it is, because being a parent is a collective responsibility. So when you're celebrating one over another, it is unfair. Just let me put it that way. It is unfair. If, for instance, I grew up with my paternal family, with my father and his brothers and all of that. So if you ask me, I will tell you I would celebrate my daddy over and over and over again. But we are not even given the chance to celebrate them. Any small thing, Mother's Day, Mothering Day, Mothers and all of that you get. So I think it's something we just have to work on.
So
I feel why people do celebrate mothers is because they feel that mothers are top of everything. Like they are the one that gave birth to us. It can't just calm. Like, so they feel that mothers are the one doing the best. Like they're the one doing the upbringing and all of that. But deep down, I feel the two are very, very important to be celebrated.
Sure.
For me, I feel
so.
The
who
two.
Will you celebrate more?
I will celebrate my mom.
Than your dad. You said.
I would celebrate my daddy. I would celebrate my dad. Not like I'm not going to regard my mommy at all. I will regard her. Of course I will. But if I am to choose, if I am in a situation where I have to choose who I would celebrate more, I would definitely pick my daddy. And I think this runs down to personal relationship
between
the kind of relationship you have. If you're a child, like as a kid, you have a very great relationship with your parents, both your mommy and your daddy. You would celebrate them equally. You would celebrate them equally. I've seen a situation whereby a child buys a car for the mom and buys for the father as well. And there are some situations whereby the child will buy for the mother and be like, daddy, I'll get yours next time, or will buy for the dad and be like, mommy, you can manage this and you get all of that. So I think it's the kind of relationship you have with your parents. But still, we need to celebrate them equally. That's just it.
That's nice. It's actually okay that you're going with father, she's going with mother. If you ask me, I'll say it is personal. To me, I'll go with mother. So like based on what you said, it's your relationship with your parent that will determine who you celebrate more, not the society actually trying to choose, because this is where I'm trying to eat on, like not the society trying to say, oh, you must celebrate more than fathers.
To me, you are going to know the reasons why you're actually doing more of mother. Know the reason why you're actually doing more of father. So
but I think the United Nations can work on this. It should be equal.
It's coming from their side. It's coming from there, because I think if you ask, they'll be like, it's not Nigeria only, it's UK Mother's Day, and we are celebrating it in Nigeria. Please come.
Even Girls' Day.
We can do better, please. We can do better. All right. So far we've been talking about gender stereotype. The way people perceive a particular gender to behave, the kind of role you assign to them, and all of that. We also talked about the effects and how to curb all of these things. Yes, we can make a society a better place when you allow people to be themselves. Just be you. People would adjust. I'm telling you, be you. People would adjust. And I really appreciate I appreciate you, our guest, Miss Janet. Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming.
You're welcome.
Emmanuel, thank you so
you.
much. Thank you for your contribution. It was, a smooth one.
Yeah,
thank you. I really appreciate it. So to our viewers, if you have a contrary opinion, you can drop it in the comment section. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Lyte Africa TV. You let us know what you think about what we've discussed so far. Let us know your contribution. And I remain your host, Doinke Posh. See you.